So growing up in my household, there was always music. My parents are relatively young, so they're of the Parliament Funkadelic era. So, always funk playing in the background. As I came of age, we were living in Southern California when NWA hit. So when I first started listening to NWA, I'm listening to the music and I knew all of Dre's samples because they were all the funk samples I heard growing up. So I'm like, this is awesome. I can share this with my parents. So we're riding on the freeway, probably on 5, and I give my dad the tape. I'm like, hey, listen to this. I really like it. I think you'll like it. So he puts the tape in the car, and next thing I know, he's yelling like, what are you doing? Why are you listening to this? Why are you listening to this? And he throws my tape out the window. And I'm like, wait, I don't understand. Like, what are you doing? He's like, because I'm just a kid and enjoying the music. And he's like, did you listen to any of what they were saying? Well, kind of. But no, he said, you need to, all they're talking about all these bitches and niggas and F the police. And that's not how we speak in our household. So why are you even into this? Well, I like the music. I thought it was cool. No, you're going on to better things. That's not how we speak. And there's a reason why we don't speak that way in our household. So, so I'm pouting and, I still listen to NWA when they're not around, but I'm like, okay, fine. Then, some years later, I became a parent and started noticing things going on around me. My child becomes a teenager and it's time to start making those decisions about where he's heading in life. And I noticed other children his age and they were clearly going in the wrong direction. And I heard the language they would use and then compared it to the language my son would use, and I noticed there was a difference. But the one thing that they all shared was hip-hop and rap music. So I'm like, well, what's the difference between what these kids are listening to and what these other kids are listening to? And then I even today realized the stuff my son listens to, the Kendrick Lamar, Logic type things, are very different to what these kids listen to with the Future. But it's all going everywhere. So what's the difference there? How are some people being affected by this and others aren't? So I want to take a deeper look at how our exposure affects where we're going, because we now have global impact with technology. This thing that started out 1870s, 1970s, at block parties is now reaching all over the world. So how are we affecting the next generation?